Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back. I'm really excited to be here. We have a new base build video. This is going to be part 1. So what is a base build? If you've never watched any of my base builds before, well, I'm building a new base. What I'm going to do is talk about all the different strategy and tactics that go into building a new base, why I'm doing everything, and how I think it'll be effective and ineffective against different strategies. Basically my entire decision making process. This is a very slow process and we do split it up with some fun attacks to sort of mix it up a little bit, but this will be a multi-part video, so I expect this will be at least 3 parts, perhaps even 4 or 5, and they will all be full videos. So, like I said, several attacks, perhaps at least 1 attack in each, I would say, perhaps even 2. And the more I do, the longer it will be. So, yes, let's go and get started. So, we are here with Town Hall 8. I'm very late in Town Hall 8, but I still have a couple things left. The only thing left I have to do, though, is air defense. And I've got the new air defense that's right here. Actually, speaking of that, I probably should go send that off. Good. I forgot about that. That just finished up in the last couple hours. And beyond that, the only thing I have left is Teslas. So I have these Teslas right here, which all have to be upgraded still. Beyond that, I'm working on my Dark Barracks. I've got another one's level 1, although I'm working on getting one up higher, so that's why I'm saving Elixir. But I'll be talking about all these things and many, many more things in full detail. So you know what? Let's go get started. So the start of any base build is going to be attacking. So I love attacking and just get a couple more resources while we are here anyways. So with 23 minutes left on our shield, let's go on the offensive. Alright, break that shield. Always good to break it when there's not much left, so you're taking full advantage of that shield, but it is good to come online before it naturally runs out, because you don't want to be attacked and lose resources. Now, I do have a very mixed up army, but you know what? First I'm going to talk about something else, and that is, I have not attacked at all on this account since the league system update, the league update came out, which means I'm still unplaced. You do get, you get placed into a new league whenever you advance enough, or whenever it resets every 2 weeks. You get placed on the first attack. So I feel like I'm pretty low in the trophies right now, and that's fine. I mean, I've been mainly playing a defensive game and slowly just building up stuff through accumulating resources through the level 11 gold mines that I have mostly. But, yeah, just something to be aware of. Now, I did mention my army was very screwed up, and how is that? So, I've got 2 healers, and I've also got sort of what I consider an outdated army now. The new league system brought with it a new air defense level. As you saw, I was upgrading my own for Town Hall 8s and above. And it looks like I'm seeing a ton of Town Hall 6s and 7s down here, so I'm not going to have very good loot, unfortunately. See if I can find a higher level. Sometimes higher levels will drop down in the trophy count. Although that right there's some pretty good loot, relatively to what we've been seeing. Yeah, sure, let's just go for this one. Alright, this base is actually a fairly common base. I'm certainly not going to say it's a good base. This layout was featured, I think it was by one of the other YouTubers out there, and I'm really not a fan of it. I'll show you why, because it's really easy to destroy. I do have 2 healers. I think I'll end up using both, just because I don't want them anymore. But I could really easily do this with just one. I'm going to go through here. We're going to bust through both. Go right to the center. Some people have trouble with wall breakers acting correctly and attacking spare walls. I just don't seem to have troubles with it, though, so I don't really know what people's problems with that is. I definitely have seen a lot of evidence that indicates that the problem exists. So, yeah, I guess I don't. It's not like I don't doubt them or anything. I do believe that there is a problem, but I just don't really experience it. Perhaps I just always deploy wall breakers where very close to their target, so they always act sort of like I expect. Now, what army I'm going to go to? I did say that I was feeling like this is an outdated army. I am going to be focusing more on a large infantry raiding army. Why is this? Well, I think that that's going to be something that's going to be very effective in the near future. So yeah, that's why I'm moving in that direction. Partially that's due to my healers that are soon going to be getting a little harder to use with the new air defense levels, but part of it's also going to be related to the fact that I want armies that are going to be more flexible. In Healer Giant, while there is a good amount of infantry, and the great power of it is you can use infantry just to deal with certain threats. Let's go deploy my Barbarian King up here. Perfect. As long as it doesn't take fire, we can use it immediately, so that's always good to be aware of. And then Barbarians in the corners. I am recording this live, as always. Oops, mistapped right there. Yeah, so what was I saying? Something about, yeah, army compositions, that's right. So, I think that the army composition that's going to be more effective and that I want to move towards, because I think it'll be more effective in the future, is one that will allow me to be more flexible in how I attack. So in terms of how I attack currently is, I do have infantry that can attack a wide range of bases, but if I want to attack heavily, I have to use all my giants and my healer. And the fact that I'm relying on a healer does make it does limit the amount type of bases I can attack. It means I have to be able to take on an air defense. So having 3 air defenses or 1 or 2 that's very well protected might mean that I just can't attack a base, and I know that. So it just limits the options that I have. So what am I going towards? So infantry, infantry, infantry. I'm basically going to be going and trying to do pretty much massed infantry. I'm going to mix in a couple giants as meat shields. Also have to mix in some minions, as they are good for raiding in particular situations. Only a few. I'm going to go with 5 initially. It says 10 supply worth. And let's go queue up an army and then see how we go. So I did queue up giants and some random infantry before. I'm going to have a bit too many goblins though, so I think I'm going to add some... How many barbarians do I have queued? 40? That feels like a bit too many. I have to do some wall breakers because I spent a couple wall breakers. And then let's knock out 5 goblins from each. I'm going to be raiding whenever my army is complete, so we'll see how long that's going to be. How much supply does that take up? Okay, a bit more than the maximum, so I'll just cancel out a couple guys to make sure all these finish. And then I think I'll cancel out a couple archers to even us out. Alright, so now what do? So if you want to be attacking frequently, which a lot of players do, you want to attack as often as possible. How should you do that? I mean, I say this is a base build, but this is what I do. I talk about all sorts of random things, which are relevant to gameplay. So how do you want to attack most efficiently time-wise? So you see this barracks has got a 14-minute train time right up here. Well, let's check out the other ones. 7 minutes. I'm rounding, as you can see. A bit less than 7 minutes, so 6:20. And 10 minutes. Alright, so I want to have all these barracks to be equal. So I'm going to go down to... Let's go to 9 minutes for both of these. And then go queue the units over here in these other ones. And then up them to 9 minutes. So I'm looking at the top right, and 9 minutes. Close enough. And then this one, I think, is going to be a little short. Not bad, so 8.5. So, as you see right there, all these are going to be within 1 minute for sure, and hopefully within about 30 seconds. So that right there is my ideal sort of strategy for queuing units, because that means they will all finish at the same time, and I can then attack. So, we can go build for 9 or so minutes until these troops start finishing. Now, what am I doing queuing extra guys? Well, by queuing my extra guys, that means I can start them training as well. They won't complete, because my army will be full, but I will be able to at least work in that direction of playing them out. Alright, so 9 giants is the name of this new strategy, and then infantry. Giants for distraction. I'll have some wall breakers for just getting into places I need to be. I'll have minions for a bit of raiding potential when there's no air defense protecting. I'll have other stuff as well. Let's see, what will I have? And then goblins, barbarians, and archers are going to be the core. Beyond that, I might mix it up with a couple things here. Maybe we'll try some wall breaker or hog riders. There we go. And just generally mix it up a bit. Alright, so what am I doing now? Dragging stuff out. This is the start of my base build. I start pretty much all my base builds by getting rid of everything. Sometimes I'll leave a couple walls around, but I just start moving everything out to the sides. Now, let's just figure out something to talk about while I'm just dragging this, so you guys can hear some strategy stuff, or at least something that's somewhat interesting. So, I have been meaning to do this base build for a while, and it has been heavily requested for a while that I update my Town Hall 8 base. And for that I apologize. I just have been pretty busy with school, and I obviously haven't gotten around to it. And I've been saying, like, I've been meaning to do it, but I'm not going to do it until I have the time. So I finally am getting around to doing it now. I felt like this was a good opportunity to produce videos for a base build when Derpy, my other account, is upgrading to Town Hall 8. And perhaps I will do a similar base build video for it, which I guess in the near future. Although in the near future, I mean, it doesn't finish for another... Derpy is not done with an upgrade to Town Hall 8 for another, I think, 4.5 days currently, which will probably be about 2.5 days by the time you are actually watching this video. So yeah, it will be spaced out a little bit. And I generally like to do all my base builds just completely from scratch. I don't copy any bases. I just like to build just from scratch. I feel like one of my strengths is just improvising and trying out new things and sort of just coming up with new stuff. I also think the community appreciates coming up with fresh things for sure. So that is definitely part of my decision-making process. So I'm removing non-combat buildings to start with, just to keep them on the sides. I keep them farthest out because I'm going to be using them sort of last, so put them the farthest away and out of everyone's sight. Decorations, of course, they also go absolutely last. I guess I can talk about the order that I build stuff in. So, my order is generally, I put down defenses, storages, and I guess other related defensive critical things. So storages are going to be the primary defensive thing that I'm trying to protect. Things like clan castle heavily tie into that, so I'll be placing those as well. And then walls. Sometimes, depending on what my strategy is, I might do the town hall as well. Place it early on, but in this build, I am not going to be focusing on town hall. The new wall moving buttons is going to prove very effective. So not only do they have a move, they also have a rotate, which I certainly appreciate. Definitely is going to help with this base build. And yeah, in the past, that definitely was one of the longer factors, and this will be helpful. You'll notice I do have a wide range of walls. You might wonder why that is. I even have some really low-level walls out here. I'll explain what that is in a minute. But in general, I don't mind having like level 5 walls and level 8 walls in the same base. I put my low-level walls in places where I know they won't be attacked. And I just know that from just knowing how the units work and how they move especially. So that's why I don't think it's sort of like unusual or contradictory to have a wide number of types of walls in a single base. I just will optimize it by putting high-level ones where they need to go, and putting low-level ones where I just need a wall. It doesn't matter what level it is. Let's rotate that. As you can see, we are building up here. That's cool. I didn't know that you could do that. You can pop up your wall breaker, or your Barbarian King, apparently. Oh, he moved. Okay, so the new walls over here, these level 1, 2, 3, 4 walls, what are they doing? And why are they so were they so in a little block over here? Well, these walls were from the 25 new walls we got a while back, and that was before even the last update. So I have not done anything with them in a while. That's how long I've been waiting to do this base build. Yeah, a really, really long time. And I was just going to do a base build and incorporate the new walls, and then the update came out, and I was like, okay, I still got to do a base build and incorporate the new walls, and I'm finally getting around to it now. So yes, that is what is up with those. And why were they in that sort of pattern? I think I might even have some that aren't built yet, so defensive. Yeah, I still got 4 unbuilt walls, so let's go ahead and finish those up now. Before I forget, so I might forget later when I'm building. Yeah, what was up with those? So I've taken some screenshots, doing some graphic stuff, and I needed some low-level wall pictures, so they suited that purpose very nicely. So that's why I didn't have them built. So I did have them built, but not very well upgraded until now. I had a couple that were upgraded because I wanted pictures of those specific levels. All right. So getting most of the walls out of the way here. I'm not going to remove all the central ones, I think. Just these outside ones to start with. And then we'll do some of the defenses, then I'll probably be done. But I think we're getting pretty close to my army actually being complete, so that's cool. We'll keep an eye on that. So I guess I should talk about what my goal of this base build is. Come on, walls. Really? Okay, I guess we'll try again. The goal of this base build is to build a base which is going to be defending my resources. It's not going to have a town hall in the center, which is probably going to prompt endless comments in the future of why is your town hall outside? That seems silly. You're just going to lose everything. Yes, but having town hall outside the walls is beneficial, and maybe I'll talk about exactly why later. I talk about it relatively frequently, so I don't feel like the need to talk about it right now, but perhaps later. Alright, one other thing that I do need to do, I don't really need to do, but I can look at, is if you see in the bottom left, there's the achievement symbol, and it's got a notification there. And what that is trying to tell me is I have been placed into a league, and I assume that it also will tell me when I get increased in league level, but I'm not sure about that one. Anyways, let's check out what league we are. We are in Silver 1, which means both of my accounts are now in Silver 1. Alright, not very many resources are awarded. Actually, both of them are Silver 1? Derp might actually be a bit higher. Can't really remember. But it looks like, what was it? I think it was 5,000 total. My league. Please. Alright, yeah, 5,000. 2,500 of each. So yeah, it's not that significant in terms of resource bonuses when I can go and steal 100,000 plus at a time. And 100,000 plus I would probably say is a good minimum to aim for. So yeah, it only increases from there. How's our army doing? Our army is getting close to done. Yeah, that's right. I saw wall breakers. I thought the wall breakers were the last things I had, but they weren't. Because I forgot about, oops, tapped that with my knuckle. Yeah, I forgot about the fact that I queued up units afterwards. Alright, one thing I do want to say is my clan right now, I'm just visiting a friend currently. I was hanging out with Jorge Yao, #1 player in the world, for our interview, helping promote the video before, so I was in his clan, and I'm just waiting until my clan leader of Reddit is online so I can get back in that. I think it's actually full right now, so I'll probably stay out of it for a little while. I should probably check that. Here's a fun tip. So if you guys ever want to visit me, this is where I normally live. I live in one of these Reddit clans, of which there are way too many now. Very frustrating. Even I have trouble finding it. It's one of these two. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So it's currently 50 out of 50, so can't join it. And if you want to visit my other clan, you can, if you want to visit Derpy and spectate its base, you can do this. Reddit, and it's in Reddit beta, so awesome tip is to type Reddit B. With this base, of course, and then find the appropriate one. Of course, there are more imposters. So I believe this is it, and Derpy's going to be relatively low, if this is the right clan. Yeah, it is. Derpy, 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 where are you? There's Derpy, so yeah, silver 1 also. And then you just come in here and hit visit. Anyone can do this. Now, the other way to do this is adding me on Game Center, but I don't even know what my Game Center is. So you know what? I don't recommend using that strategy. And thus, you can see how my base is. You can see that I have Teslas right here, and you can probably guess where some bombs are. So bombs over here. That's where I like to put them, and you see that in videos. So sometimes spring traps and places like that. But yes, that's that. That's how you can visit my clan, guys, if you ever wanted to. Now, I should be relatively close. Yep, we are now done. So you can see this. It says full in the army camps, and you load it up, and you can see that, yes, 9 giants and 5 minions. The other guys, I'm just sort of roughly throwing them out there. I'm not trying to do any specific amount. The goblins, I don't think I'm going to probably want actually quite as many for now. Perhaps later in the future. So I think I'll queue up archers and barbarians only. I'm not going to queue up my full army now, because just these giants will do a pretty good job. I'll do 2 archers and 2 barbarian stacks, and this first one is all barbarians. So let's go on the offensive. Find a match. So I think I'm going to have a bit of trouble finding a match in this one as well. That's a good one. Well, this one, if I want elixir, is not bad at all. And potentially this is actually really good. This, the advantage of gold is I can spend it easier, but the advantage of elixir is that I can, I'm trying to save up to 4 million for the next Dark Barracks upgrade. I think I'm going to skip it for now because I'm really not that close to 4 million, so we'll go look for some others. Now, having a different army composition is going to definitely change up how I use it significantly, so I think I might probably screw up a couple attacks here. Who knows? Or at least, definitely a higher chance of me screwing up attacks. But let's try to find someone with at least 70, 80,000 gold. We might have to reevaluate that if I skip a lot of bases, but as you can see, a lot of elixir down here, even for a Town Hall 8 rating lower level guys. Some of the guys will have good resources, but their Town Hall will be too low a level. So can't take advantage of all of those. Now this one is low level as well. 88,000 gold is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Do I want to risk it? Let's keep searching. So I was able to find over 100,000 before. So let's try to find that again and just keep that in back of our mind. Like, okay, 88,000 is not unreasonable to find within 10 or so searches. And we'll just keep that in mind. Ooh, there we go, 134,000. So this guy is very inactive from the looks of it. Tombstones around, tell you that, as well as the fact that things like this elixir, that's the graphical animation shows that it's full. So our goal, if we attack this base, is to pick off the elixir collectors and gold mines, wherever they may be. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go at it. Okay, that cannon can protect it from there. Can it protect it from here? See? Perfect. That's the benefit of having infantry. You can play around with it and try to be clever, which I'm definitely a fan of being clever. I don't think we can pick off this one, but it's worth the try. Yeah, no, not that one. I don't think we can pick off anything else for free. We'll just leaves us with how are we going to go and attack this guy. Now you should note that I am stealing a good amount of resources every time I attack, so good to see that. Alright, the gold mines are really spread out, so I guess I'll just start over here on the right. There's 2 over here, and then the rest are spread out. Spread out with these guys. Giants don't need to be grouped up. Their goal is only to their goal is only to distract the defenses and not to kill any defenses. Might have put down a couple too many guys there. Because I probably should predict where exactly the archers were going to go, because the archers are my primary attack method. Okay, so there's 1 gold mine up here, and 1 gold mine over here, so I'm going to attack into this side next, where we should be able to do some good damage. Okay, so that's doing good right there. Let's put in that. The archers came over. Oop, they got hit by a mortar. So put in these here, put in these here. Like I said, I'm not really using goblins, which is unfortunate. Maybe I'll use a wall breaker to bust into one of the others. Not enough archers are attacking the gold mines. There we go. That's doing good right there. Let's do some more giants just to distract. And then 2 more giants over here. Let's do 1 wall breaker and then use some goblins to get into this one. And they should go for that and then the elixir, which is perfect and exactly what I'm intending. Now I might not get all the resources, but I expect to get probably most of them, if not all. And as you can see, the only thing left is this 1 elixir, so yeah, I'm fine just skipping out on that. Just unit-wise, 13,000 elixir, while it would be a profit, isn't worth it to me from a waiting standpoint to train more troops. So we're just going to end it right there, especially because we got all the gold. Alright, perfect. So 134,000 gold and 7 giants. Now, this is going to mean I need to cancel out 2 of my giants, and I need to queue up 1 wall breaker to replace that one. I don't think I'll replace those 17 goblins. And the infantry, I think I need to place, perhaps, queue up more archers. So, yes, rather than barbarians. So I think I'll cancel out that many at least, and do that. And then 1 of those, and then let's cancel out 1 of these building giants. Oh wait, I think I need to do 2 of the building giants, so let's take out both of those. Alright, sounds good. So this video has been going on for north of 20 minutes now, which is sort of my target minimum, which is pretty long in terms of YouTube. A lot of guys do shorter stuff, but you know what, I really just love talking about this, that, and everything. So longer videos, and you guys seem to not have a problem with that, so keep doing what works, guys. Alright, that's going to wrap up part 1 of my base build. So, as you can see, this is where we've currently gotten to. 1 completely destroyed base. It looks like lightning and earthquakes and meteors have all done their damage to throw everything around, because this base is thoroughly wrecked. In the future parts, we will first be dissecting the remaining parts and removing the rest of the things outwards, and we'll start building up from the ground up, and we'll come together and I'll talk about the finer details of actually base building in those videos. But you know what, guys? Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.